Look at that, baby. Welcome to another episode of our baking series, Baking Until We Make It. Today we are going to be making bread, but on the side I decided to try out chicken bread. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to be test proving our yeast, which is very important, just so we can know that the yeast is active. So first I am adding my yeast into a lukewarm water, and then I added in the sugar and also some oil. I stirred that together, covered that with a plastic wrap, and I'm leaving that to prove. Now we'll go into our flour. I added in some flour, I sieved that. I also added a little bit of sugar and some nutmeg. I sieved that all together, and I went back to take our yeast. Now if you see your yeast looking like this, all foamy at the top, just know that that yeast is 100% active. Now we're going to be pouring this into our flour mixture bit by bit, just so I don't make a mistake of overdoing it, that is, the dough doesn't become too watery. Now I kept on pouring that yeast water into my flour bit by bit while I stir. If you are new here and you don't know what this series is all about, it's just me teaching and training myself on how to bake without the help of any professional. With my constant practice, I am certain that I'm going to get it. I'm going to be a perfectionist in baking, because I tell you guys, baking is not easy. Making pastries is not easy at all. It's nothing like cooking, but we're going to get there. I'm just trying to show you that if I can do it, you can too. Now back to the video. So I kept on stirring this, and when I was done, I just went right into adding my milk. So this dough that I made was actually for bread, but I didn't want to waste the dough, so I decided to make chicken bread with the other doughs that were left. So the video for the bread will be coming up in our next short video, so watch out for that. So now I'm going to go in with my milk and also 1 egg. I decided to do it this way because I felt like my dough was already too soft at this point, but I didn't want to miss out on the milk and egg, so I just added it that way. So I stirred that together, and then after that I decided to transfer it into my work surface where I did a proper kneading. I needed this dough so much. In fact, at some point I had to use my 2 hands to knead. After kneading for a while, I went in with butter. Yes, this bread dough is messy. It later came back to life, but it was very messy in the process of kneading. Well, I went in with this half sachet of butter, and then I kneaded it properly to perfection. If you have gotten to this part of the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, so that any of our baking series or any videos of ours, you're going to be the first person to get notified. So after mixing this dough, I packed it back into the bowl, and I poured in a little bit of groundnut oil. I covered it with a plastic wrap, and I left it to prove. Now let's go into making our fillings. Now I added groundnut oil into a pan, and I also put in some onions, and then I went in with my chicken breast. I stirred that together. After a while, I added in all my seasoning. I use some curry, rosemary, paprika for color, and of course the barbecue seasoning for the actual taste we are going for. I went in with half a cube of seasoning and some salt. I stirred that together, and I also put in my ginger and garlic powder, and of course my lasso. What is my food without lasso? So I stirred that together, and I left it to cook for a minute. After a while, I added in my pepper mixture, which consists of tomato, scotch bonnet, and onions. I stirred that together, left it to cook for a minute, and this is what we have. Then I went in with my carrot just for a little bit of crunch, and our filling is ready. Our chicken filling is ready. Now we went back to the dough, and this is what we have. You can see it has proofed properly, so I just transferred it back into my work surface. You can see how light this dough is. I was scared that with this dough give me what I want, but I just use faith and I continue pushing. I know, like, at the end of the day, I pray I get a good result. So I stirred that together and I just cut out the parts I needed for the bread. That video for the bread is going to be coming up after this post. Now I made the first batch and then I realized that this dough kept on swelling up. I don't know what I was doing wrong, because I felt like that should have been enough. Like, there's no need for it to keep swelling again. It did not stop there. It kept on swelling up. Anyway, I made the first batch and I realized that it was way too big, because I was not even expecting it to even keep swelling. This thing just kept on increasing in size. Anyways, I went with it like that and I just made sure I did not repeat the mistake for the second one. So I added it on a pan and the pan was on a very low heat. So these are the first batch I made, which are very big, by the way, and they even kept on swelling in that pan. So I went back to make another batch and I made sure that the dough was smaller in size this time. I just rolled it out with my rolling pin and I put in my filling. I closed it up and I made sure I sealed up every corner so there is no spillage. If you enjoyed this series, let me know by hitting the subscribe button and also dropping a comment for me in the comment section. Tell me how I've been doing so far. What are the mistakes that you're noticing right now at this point? Let me know so that I correct myself if I'm going to ever make this dough for bread again. Now, if you want to recreate this is exactly what you should have. This size is perfect. So I added it and you can see after a few minutes, this bread is still swelling up. Hey, anyways, I took it back to the pan. I removed the bigger ones that were there before and I just added it to the pan. I covered it up for a minute and I left it. After a while, it was still swelling up. Hey, even inside the pan. I just kept on stirring it. You can see I stirred it. I kept on turning it on every side just to make sure that they cook evenly. After stirring it and consistently stirring it all around, and I was certain it was ready. This is what we have. Now this is what we have, and this is how I was turning it. I turn it sideways, top to bottom, and the likes. Please be free to pop this right into the oven. Do not stress yourself, okay? Anyways, this is what we have. I'm just arranging it. I'm surprised, but this actually came out so good, guys. It shocked me. I wasn't thinking it's going to even give me this form, and I'm so happy and proud of myself that I came up with this. I noticed my mistakes, and I know that next time I'm going to try my best not to make the dough too watery or too light. And yeah, but overall I felt like I actually did amazingly well on this recipe. These are the bigger parts that we made initially. These are the first batch that we made. I'm sorry, while we were making it, we already ate up a lot of this because it was so irresistible. It was so delicious. Anyway, this is what we have. Look at that, baby. It was looking so good and it also tasted so good. Would you be trying this? Let me know in the comment section. Tell me what my mistakes are so that I can correct myself, and also tell me what you feel I could have done better. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in another one. Bye guys.